Hello and welcome to Ula Tea Leaf Readings. My name is Lenor, and tonight I'm going to be reading your tea leaves. This is a horoscope for Pisces. If Pisces is your solar, lunar, ascendant/rising sign, then this is a message for you. All right, let's get started. So our card tonight is the 10 of Wands, and this has to do with oppression. Some kind of oppressive energy. All right, let's see what these tea leaves have to say. And if you have not subscribed yet, please think about doing that. You can hit the little bell. It'll let you know when the next videos are coming out. It is free to subscribe. We have a little kitty cat here. And I also want to apologize. I'm at the tail end of this flu thing. I feel like I'm pretty much over it, but my lungs are still just coated. My head is a little congested, and I know I'm breathing, hopefully not too much into the mic, and I sound a little stuffy, so I'm sorry about that. I fully appreciate all of you that have been watching the readings and have been so kind and gracious about not only my ailment, but Dove and Serpent Tarot, my husband Paul over there, he's been getting over it too. So we really do appreciate. Now, we have this little cat. You can see its head here, body here, tail kind of up. It looks like it's in a very playful posture. It looks like a kitten. So we do. If you've ever had a little baby kitten in the house, their little tiny sharp claws, just so much energy. So much energy, right? And startled easily and jumping around and getting all floofy and cute. And I feel like this is a time of like real renewal for you. I think you are absolutely in line with the seasons. We just actually, as I am doing this reading, it is the equinox. I think we're maybe about an hour out. Okay, I think it's maybe another hour here, and then it's technically the equinox. Now, if you are in the northern hemisphere, I was going to say North America. Let's not limit it to just North America. If you are in the northern hemisphere, you are going into spring. It makes sense. You are probably just so ready for that warmer weather. If you've been in, one of the areas that's had a lot of snow, a lot of weather activity, then yeah, starting to emerge from that cave. Well, and the other thing is, if you're in the southern hemisphere, that oppressive heat, hopefully is beginning to dissipate a little bit, starting to have some cooler evenings, able to kind of open up your windows a little, take a breath and feel like, okay, maybe we're getting into this cooler part of the year. Not so, stifling hot or humid. The humidity, ooh, that's what gets me. So there's this playful feeling of, okay, I'm excited. There's a lot to look forward to coming up here. All kinds of things. And now we have, and I'm looking at this little goat right here. We also have a person here and a person here. And maybe even a goat right here as well. So we have a question mark. Hello, T. Hello, baby. Come on, mama. No, get over here. Hi. Oh, there you are. So we have 2 goats, 2 people. And it looks like pretty playful. The goats climbing on things, jumping around. Maybe some of the same energy. I almost feel like maybe you're reuniting with somebody, kind of have found some time to see each other. Things have seemed to have been really busy lately for you. From the other readings, from the last, 6 months or so, it seems like there's been a lot of progress having to do with creative projects, financial things, career things, really focused on doing that work, making that money, putting it away, hopefully, what you can, and having a little bit less stress. But it has kind of taken you away from, being a little more social, having kind of, your hangouts and little trips and maybe going out in the evening or, whatever it is that you like to do. But I do feel like it's kind of, you've hit this point where, you're feeling like pretty rambunctious and anxious to get out the house and, go see somebody who likes to have fun as well, and maybe go paint the town red, and I feel like this is somebody that's like, maybe you went to school with them, maybe like high school, junior high even. Everybody, so busy. It's hard to kind of carve out that time, but I think it's going to work out here pretty soon. And I feel like it's something that you really feel like you need. I feel like this is like, I absolutely need this time to recharge myself. I need to kind of have a little bit of time for myself. Maybe, get away from the family for a couple hours, or maybe go on a little trip or whatever, and spend some time with somebody who knows you well. I'm trying not to sneeze here. I'm sorry. I'm like, we have these bright lights right here, and they make me feel like I'm gonna sneeze quite often. I'm like, okay, come on. Either get out of there or stop it. Okay, so let's take a look. We have a person riding a horse, and it looks actually like we have 2 of them. And then we have a person over here on a horse and maybe a person over here. So I wonder if there has not been, I almost feel like a little bit of conflict. And I feel like this is maybe, this could be work related. This could be family, extended family. It feels like the kind of teams have been chosen. Everybody is on their particular side. I almost think it's kind of like we're at an impasse. I keep seeing this X down here, and it's like absolutely, nobody is willing to make any kind of compromise. And I feel like, please don't bite me. No. Okay, let's go. Go find Papa. Poppy's in bed. Go find him. Okay. So I feel like it's like, it just, something has to give here. And I don't even think that it's something super important, but I think that it is a situation where almost kind of like siblings or at least peers in the family. I don't feel like this is like you're arguing with your parents or your kids so much, although it could be that. But I think it's more like You know, you're trying to figure out some things with the siblings. Maybe this has to do with like holidays, hosting stuff during the seasons coming up. And nobody can agree to anything. It kind of has just turned into this mess. I kind of feel like you just feel like giving up on the whole thing. And kind of just kind of, you know, text me the details and I'll show up. I'm absolutely tired of trying to get everybody on the same page. I just kind of want to have fun, right? And so I'm looking at this. We have two Z's or N's. It's either N, N, or Z, Z. Maybe you're going to go see ZZ Top. Is that still a band? I don't remember if they're still together or anything, but I do remember them playing so many shows when I was like in my mid-20s. I would see flyers for them all the time. They must be like a really hardcore, like on the road kind of band. I bet they'd be fun to see too. Not really my kind of music, but they do seem like kind of a fun band. So we have the owl, which kind of makes sense. You can see up here the face of the owl. Kind of a person, kind of an owl. You can see the feet. Again, we have another goat. And kind of jumping up on this person. So I think kind of flipping into this interior space. Now, I feel like there's a sense of, yeah, you want to go have some fun. You want to like let loose. You've been working so hard. This family stuff, overwhelming, not really interested in getting involved. You've already got your own things going on. But then there's also this aspect of, I feel almost like there's a certain, kind of underlying anxiety. There's a sense of like something approaching. Maybe it's your birthday. But we just had all of that. So, maybe it has been your birthday. And, it's like a sense of, I don't think it's like the biggest focus in your life, but it seems like an existential kind of spiraling to some degree. Maybe this is about your mortality, which would make sense. You know, we have birthdays, we get older, we start to really think about, you know, we're getting older, and that can be really nerve-wracking. And maybe it's not that you are afraid of being or transitioning, right? But just the aging process in general. And especially as our bodies start to hurt more. And, we have more often days where we're just feeling off, or not feeling great. And I think the other thing that really happens, it happens at all ages. We all have this kind of epidemic of loneliness, right? There's a lot of people who are very lonely, but I think, people really fear as you start to get older, it's almost kind of this idea that we start to become more invisible in our own lives. People pay less attention to us. You feel like maybe you're not being heard, or, people start to treat you more like a child. They kind of, well, we all know, kids of any generation, including our own generations, right? We thought we knew everything. So our kids start telling us, you're wrong, you don't know what you're talking about. We get kind of cursed with these stereotypes of generational things, and I think it just, whatever it is, the way that our society kind of has found itself, people are connecting less and less directly. And I think a lot of people are we're going into these older years with less community, I think. Really, honestly, I feel like I can't tell you how many people my age, around 40, right? Don't know how to make friends. So many people, and that's true of people younger than me, more and more, they just don't know how to connect with one another. They don't know how to maintain relationships. But I do think even people who are older, it just seems that there are less opportunities for social interactions. Unless you're really out there looking for it, right? You have to be proactive. So I think that this is maybe something that is it's come up in your mind. And maybe it is that the kids are getting older. Maybe they've left already. Maybe the grandkids, great-grandkids, they're even getting leaps and bounds older as the days go by. And, and you're left wondering, like, where is my place in all of this? It seems like time is going by so quickly, and so I think it's so important to go ahead and go out there and find things that speak to you. Go wandering into the world. I don't mean just like aimlessly just wandering town, maybe if you live in a town that is safe in that way. But go kind of, get on Facebook or whatever you use. I'm not advocating Facebook, but it's the one that seems to have the most kind of community events. Look for some things that might sound fun. Some little events, some little festivals, maybe a book sale at the library. Maybe there's a new cafe opening up. Whatever it is, get out there and go do something. Go see some people. You don't have to talk to them. You don't have to talk to them. But I do think that the best way to alleviate this kind of existential worry is to kick it into gear, not the stress. Kick yourself into gear and start doing some new things. Trying out some different walking trails. Maybe taking up a new little hobby. I don't know. I'm trying to think. Joining a club. I've always thought about looking for one of those, and I don't know if they still have them. I know that they used to be very popular, but they were those supper clubs or dinner clubs where you go and have dinner with people and network and stuff. Now, I don't have anything to network about, really. But, I like dinner. So maybe that would be fun, something like that. Whatever it is, I think that you get into these places where you start thinking about things that, really kind of, it's almost, I think of them kind of as this, they're like it's a subterranean, impulse, right? It's something that almost is like a very low vibrating hum in our life. And it's always there. We mostly don't even perceive it. But once in a while, things get aligned in such a way where everything is so quiet that you start to hear it and you think, what the heck is that? It doesn't seem super foreign because we hear it all the time. But it is so perceivable that it seems like it is just blaring, right? And so then we start thinking about what does this mean? What does my life mean? What am I doing? What will it look like in 10 or 15 years? You know, who will still be around? And what will I be doing? So, you know, instead of getting too caught up in that thinking, which, you know, it's important to think about, but we can't let ourselves get too deep into the rumination of it all. It just really, you know, it just grabs you and it turns you and it turns you and it turns you. And next thing you know, that's all you're doing is worrying about something that might not happen. You're worrying about something, you know, to the point where you begin to manifest it, right? I don't think it's so much that, like, you know, we kind of create our own prophecies. I mean, it kind of, but really, if our mind is aligned in a way, pointed at a certain outcome, we will begin to build that world, that even if it's something that we fear, right? So I look at this and I think with that owl, it is the wisdom. It is also, as we know, or maybe you don't know, but it is the symbol of Ereshkigal, which is a subterranean underworld goddess, right? And she has the feet. Now, a lot of people say it's Inanna or Ishtar, and nobody really knows for sure, but it's probably incorrect. It is a part of the pantheon, kind of a sister, right? And she is the underworld goddess, but she is so wise, very clever, and so you know, when I see that owl, especially when it's coming to this point of you know, trying to work things out, trying to get out from beneath these kind of oppressive, and that's that energy, these oppressive cycles of thinking, you know, we really must activate ourselves and do something else. Do something else with ourselves. Some kind of happy distractions, right? Something that is useful to kind of untwisting those knots that we kind of get in. And now we also have again that the goat, right? And kind of jumping up on this person, and I really feel like it just the goat to me is interesting because it is a sign of real endurance, the ability to traverse really difficult situations, but also like very kind of merry and having a lot of fun and pretty silly. Also pretty family oriented, right? And so I look at this and I think it's kind of like your own an aspect of your own psyche really just kind of like, all right, that's enough. we've had our time to kind of get lost in the melancholy a bit, or at least the kind of growing anxiety. And now it's time to kind of get out there and go see that friend. Go do something fun. You know, disengage from that family stuff. Don't let that really seep into the core of what is going on with you here, which I know that you won't. But I do think that, you know, this is all within your control. These are all things that are super manageable, okay? Just kind of little things. Now we also have the bee, okay? So, and it kind of looks like a wasp or a hornet as well. But I do feel like this is kind of, there is a sense of also returning to your work, getting back into your routine, being busy, kind of getting lost in the flow of things. And so, yes, I think that this also will kind of be the thing that untwists you all the way, where you're just kind of focused on this building you've been doing. You've been building this kind of little empire for yourself, maybe even kind of creating a name for yourself within your work, and as I've said on the other readings, I really do think that this next year is going to continue to really be a time of great career growth, but also financial stability. So I think it feels good to be doing the work. I don't think you lament it too much. And it is really kind of paying off more and more. So that is definitely a plus. Now we have a 5. So the 5 seems important. We also have something about a clown here. It looks like a little bit of maybe a clown. I kind of wonder if you don't like clowns, if you had some kind of a bad experience at a circus, maybe, or like a carnival of some kind. But I think you are maybe a person that has a little bit of a phobia of like Harlequin or of clowns. But for some reason it's coming up, and I wonder if this is tied to your kind of anxiousness, if this is not like one of the first signs you have, like you start dreaming and there are clowns in there. Now we also have a 7, so we do have a lucky number here. We have a 7, we have a 5 and a 7. We also have a little bird here. And we have the scythe as well. So a good time for some harvesting of whatever it is that you have been working on. So maybe this is a time where you have kind of made some big strides at work. Maybe this is time to start considering asking for a raise, maybe some upward movement, looking for a new position. Are you just over here tooting? What are you doing? Your tummy's making all kinds of noises. Been drinking all kinds of water, haven't you? She goes and guzzles water. Then her tummy gets all loud, huh? So, yeah, I do think that this is maybe like a really kind of auspicious time for you to be doing something with this luck that you have, that lucky number 7. So, believe in yourself, because you really... Okay, apologize. I had a little moment there. TT got stuck or something with her claw on my sweater, and she got real kind of anyway, she was biting and fighting and whatever. So everything's okay. We're gonna cut it down a little bit because I got scared she was gonna scratch me right in the eyes. And yeah, so sorry that it's another cat show over here. I know I got another comment. Somebody's like, your cat is really cute, but she's also really annoying. Can you get her off of the table? And I don't ever comment back to that, but I will say that no, I'm not moving the cat, even when she's being mean to me. This is her house, probably more than it's my house, if we're being honest. So, yeah, chaos constantly, right? So anyways, let's take a look at our gratitude cards. And these are a little deck of appreciation. And they're really cute. They're just kind of these little ones like this. And then you just flip through here, and we're going to stop where it feels right. And then I'm going to turn it over. And it says, 1,000 words. Take photos of things you're grateful for. Review them when you're feeling down. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. One of the things that, and maybe it was from this card, but last year while I was doing my readings, I came to this great, whatever. I had a wonderful idea that I was going to save all of my, great moments of my the previous year, all the pictures that I had taken that were meaningful to me, and it was a lot of my daughter, of course. And then it was a lot of pictures of flowers and birds and the cats and stuff. And of course, my wedding. We finally got to have like an actual little wedding thing. So, every year I'm going to do it. Every year I'm going to have volumes of all of the most special things. And most of them are just on super mundane days, when we're just going about our regular activities and the beautiful little moments that you capture. It's nice to have it to look at. So yeah, have to get to work on that. So, yeah, I think that's it, Pisces. I'm going to go ahead and tell you I love you, and I thank you so much for spending this time with me. It's always such an honor to be able to bring these messages to you. If you would be so kind as to like the video, it really does help the channel so much. And if you have not subscribed yet, please think about doing that. You can hit that little bell. It'll let you know when the next reading is coming out. It is free to subscribe. And if you'd like to leave a comment, please do. I read them all. I absolutely do, and they mean the world to me. Sometimes it takes me a couple of days to heart it and let you know I've seen it, but usually I see them within a couple hours. I just don't always go through and heart them and comment back on them yet. I kind of save that for the end of my night. Even after I'm done with my readings, I'll be laying in bed doing all my comments and stuff. I'm scared of you right now. Can I just tell you that? Yeah, I know you got scared, but you weren't very nice to Mommy. Yeah, I don't like things. I don't like sharp claws coming at my face. You little sweetheart. All right. Well, Pisces, again, I love you. Take care of yourself. We will talk in just a few days from now. All right. Good night. Happy, I was going to say happy Easter. It's not Easter. Happy spring. Happy fall. I hope that we all have most abundant, beautiful, full of, wellness and beautiful things and lots of just wonderful little moments, right? String them all together into one of the most wonderful years that we can remember. All right. Good night, good night, good night.